Yo, what's happening? So this May, we see the return of Gervonta Davis as he is set to face Rolly Romero on Showtime pay-per-view. But much of the story that's coming out of, I guess, the lead up to this fight doesn't have to do with Rolly Romero at all, as we're hearing rumblings that things may not be all too well in paradise, or was it paradise to begin with, man? Gervonta Davis put out a tweet basically saying that, he's kind of being, in essence, like forced to fight Rolly Romero because what he's saying is his last contractual obligation to Mayweather Promotions. Now, he is signed under Al Heyman, who obviously is directly tied to the hip to Floyd Mayweather. But, this news, I guess the rhetoric coming from Gervonta Davis in the lead up to this fight has people scratching their heads as it concerns the immediate future of Gervonta Davis. Now, another, bit of news that came out in the last couple of weeks was that the WBA now is really forcing the envelope or the issue of Gervonta Davis and whoever the WBA champion, super champion is, I guess, after the fall, be it whether it's Kambosos, whether it's Devin Haney, if them two end up fighting, that's putting Tank in a fight that either way is a fight that we want to see him in, a premier fight against a legitimate champion of the division, and at that point, it's going to be for the undisputed lightweight title. So you beg to think, do Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe have that in store for Tank in his next outing? Because I think while people are going to take this Rolly Romero fight, who Tank is heavily favored in, he's also coming off a hand injury. I think even the most hardcore Gervonta Davis fans are at a point where they're like, man, we need to see you like in a big fight that is going to catapult his status in a win. Now, look, when you look at the lightweight division, I mean, even if you talk about somebody like a Lomachenko, who, mind you, is not fighting right now, but you got Devin Haney, which would make for a fascinating fight because of the history there. Obviously, Kambosos, and then whatever you think of Ryan Garcia, and however the Shakur and Valdez is gonna, however that's gonna end up, that guy's gonna end up moving up, but Gervonta Davis's immediate future looks like there are big fights for him, but the question really is when are they going to happen, and are Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe going to facilitate that for him? But the rhetoric coming out of Gervonta Davis doesn't seem as if he's confident that he's going to get those fights. And I'll say this right now, for the people who are being critical of him, whether it's online and what have you, he sees that, okay? And I know there's part of him that wants to kind of shut those people down. I've been one that's been adamant that I don't think it's him. I think it's Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe. Because I think Tank would fight any of these guys right now. And I've been one adamant too, saying he's ready. Win or lose. Whether you favor him or not, he's not going to be any more ready than he currently is. So after this Rolly Romero fight, who, again, I favored Gervonta heavy in, I think the pressure is really going to be on Floyd, in particular, to roll the dice with Gervonta Davis if it really means he's going to be staying with Mayweather Promotions. Now, look, there's other guys that are signed under Al Heyman that don't have promoters per se, but does Gervonta have the business acumen yet to really go out on his own and not need Floyd's services? To catch-22, man. I ask you guys to, there's an interview, I'll try to post the link in the description, when Shakur Stevenson was interviewed and he was asked why he didn't sign with Floyd, and he was heavily courted by Floyd during the Olympics, and he went to the gym and everything, but me and the crew have been saying, and Shakur admitted this, he would have a difficult time having the promoter put his brand over his. You know what I mean? And from a fighter's perspective, I mean, the promoter's job is to promote you, but it's kind of like the CEO of a record label who's still the top rapper. I mean, some would say Jay-Z, but I mean, I guess that's a little different. But a rapper in his prime signing artists, and are those artists going to get more shine than you when you're really out in the limelight? And that's kind of like what Floyd, in a way, has been with Gervonta Davis. If you really just peel back the onion and you look at like him taking over his interviews, and you really haven't seen Gervonta Davis mature as a human being, man, so to speak. As it concerns like just him talking, whether it's talking to the media or him expressing like what he wants to express without Floyd kind of like, the old like getting in the video kind of, old like tongue in cheek. But remember, man, they had issues in the past too. So this isn't like new territory. But I'm interested to see what moves are made with Tank's career, and if he really is gonna be out like of the Mayweather fold. I mean, that remains to be seen. But very interesting set of circumstances that I hope doesn't cloud Tank's judgment in this fight. I mean, granted, he's favored in this fight, but you don't want to go to sleep at the wheel. So, but we'll see, man. Like, what do y'all think? I mean, do you think this is legitimate? Do you think Tank and Floyd are having some issues, and Tank really wants these fights, but they really don't want to, step on the gas yet or roll the dice? We'll find out soon enough, man. But let me know. Follow, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. But that's pretty much it, man. I'll be back soon. Peace.